spoke a little bit on the mid-game run the Lakers had last night, but to get to that point, you guys played pretty well in the first half. What did you like about how you started the game last night?
Yeah, I love that. I think just number one, defensively, a lot of really good process, I think, moments where you're taking away certain things that you want to take away, forcing them into some shots or forcing them into other players having to make some plays and some decisions, and give them credit, they did. I also thought that there was a couple like pick and roll execution things or running that middle pick and roll that I think that we screwed up a couple times and gave a couple easy layups. But offensively, the ball was like really moving and popping. We shot close to like 80%, I think, on assisted baskets, which I loved. It's just that ability to sustain that and not finish that second quarter the way we did, I think would have put us in a little bit of a better position.
You spoke a few games ago about how your defense is a little bit more geared towards creating deflections right now. I know some of it is personnel based, not having that number super high, but what can you guys do to get more deflections and be a little bit more disruptive in that area?
Yeah, number one, our shift activity. There's times where I think guys are in the right position, but there's more to it than just being in the right position. Can you stunt? Can you get a piece of the ball as you're also fanning out? And then also in some of our scrambles, I think can we have more active hands where you're not coming with your hands down in a hit situation when we're trying to get the ball out of a Doncic's hands, and maybe we are getting a piece of the ball and making them have to throw it a little bit higher and stuff. So I think our hands and our activity when we are in the right positions can just be a little bit more active.
I think with Melo and Mason today going to do a little bit of swarm practice, what is that about, and how is that going to help them moving forward, especially Melo and his health?
Yeah, I think the fact that they get to get some game reps versus some NBA bodies and players at NBA speed is going to be really good. I think during their process, for Melo to be able to go against coaches at times is good for him to still see some bodies, but now this is a little bit more live, and so I'm excited for him to get the opportunity to get some live reps.
A few games ago, Colin mentioned how he felt as if he was 1-2-3 happy to start the season, and recently we've seen him put the ball on the floor, get to that two-dribble pull-up. What's that?
So you got him off the three-point line with your question. We need more. No, I'm just playing. Keep going.
What's that process like, trying to find the balance of trying to get that shot diet right for a guy like Colin?
Yeah, number one, take the one that's open for you. But he is shooting it well. He's shooting it often from three. We have noticed more teams are trying to run him off the line or make him have to do something off the dribble, which he's capable of. We've seen him get to the paint, I think, play off of 2 feet and be able to raise up and hit a paint jumper. Also, he's made some really good paint passes in there, too. So I think his evolution is to start shooting the three, and then from that point, reading those closeouts. And if they are aggressively trying to run you off the line, now you just got to make the right play.
You mentioned how you, coaching staff, or training staff in the Melo kind of put together this plan, outlined this plan. Is there a similar plan for Brandon Miller and his injury?
Definitely. All of our guys, we try to take a strategic mindset of how we're going to be able to maximize their ability to be available, to also go through their rehab plans aggressively to get them back as fast as possible in a safe manner. And so Brandon and Melo, there's day-by-day plans for them on the court, off the court, recovery-wise, and they're both making really good progress.
I'm going to ask you about rotations previously, but I know as a coach, how you determine again, like, I guess, for example, Colin is not on the court, I guess, sometimes in the fourth quarter. He starts. How do you, as a coach, especially for him, determine, like, is he going to play, crunch time minutes, stuff like that? I mean, you're still trying to figure those things out for the guys, or especially for him as well?
Yeah, for everybody, I think you have to earn the minutes, number one. So, I can sit there in my office with all the assistants and we diagram what our perfect minutes rotation is. But the game tells us foul trouble and then your ability to earn it with your performance. And sometimes there's things that you can do better. Sometimes there's certain matchups that maybe just don't go your way. And so I think just us trying to feel that out. And when you get later in the game, I think we have a good sample size now of who's got it going, what lineups are going really well together, and then trying to finish the game with those guys that we think best give us a chance to win the game.
Coach, it's your birthday. Did the players or any of your fellow coaches or staff members have awareness of that going into practice day? And did they do anything for your birthday?
Yeah, I almost canceled practice today so that I didn't have to do all the birthday hoopla. I don't like it all being about me, but they were my executive assistant decorated my office, and we had some cake, and they sung, and so I got called an old head a bunch of times today. Musa asked me when I was born and then told me he was born in '02, And then we started to talk about, I was in high school at that point and about to go to college, and I graduated in '06. Anyway, it became a whole thing, and I realized how much older I am than everyone in that locker room.